Hi and welcome to Healthy Living. I am here today with Dr. Jason Norcross, and guess what we're doing? We are in an operating room here at Hilton Head Hospital, and we're going to talk about knee replacements. I could not be more proud and honored to chat with you. Thank you for taking your afternoon. I've had the privilege of talking to you on a couple of occasions and learned quite a bit, and we thought it might be really interesting to allow you, the viewers, to actually come into the operating room and see the magic of what you do. And I shouldn't say magic because it's really quite the experience. So thank you for doing this. We're going to be talking about robotic knee surgery. And I'm going to turn it over to you as we begin.
Yeah, well, welcome to the 21st century.
Yes, yes.
So we're doing, can you believe we're doing robotic assisted surgery now, which is very exciting. I'm excited to be part of this evolving technology, and we're going to introduce you to my favorite instrument I have ever used in my career to assist me to perform knee replacement surgery, and that's the CORI surgical system, the CORI robot. We have a simulated patient here, so we're sparing you the blood and guts today.
Yeah, there you go.
So we have a sawbones model, but it really will help illustrate some of the exceptional capabilities that the CORI robot system allows us to do.
And before we get involved in the actual knee replacement, can we talk a little bit about how much do you use the robot in your practice when it comes to knee replacements, number one, and at what point does someone need a knee replacement?
Great questions. First, I am 100% adopter of the robot technology, so I use it for all my knee replacement patients. So that is partial knee replacements, which means you just replace a half of the patient's knee joint.
Okay.
And I use it for all my total knee replacements, where you replace the entire joint. And in the future, we'll be using it for all of our revision knee replacements.
Oh, wow.
Down the road, when a knee fails, we can actually use it to precisely redo the operation. So it will be the workhorse of knee replacement surgery going forward. So I use it on everybody now. And doesn't necessarily mean when you come see me, you're going to have a robot knee.
Exactly.
Okay? So that's not how
exactly.
that goes. In fact, you know, we really work on trying to manage your arthritic pain in your knee with non-surgical means until it doesn't work.
Dr. Norcross, at what point do you like to see your patients come to see you initially? I mean, I'm assuming you want to make it before they need a total.
Absolutely. I want a chance to be your coach, your orthopedic coach. Okay, so what does that mean? When you start having knee trouble, I want you to come see me so I can coach you through your journey as you age and as your knee wears out. I want to be there coaching you at every step. So you begin having knee pain, I need to see it. I want to see an x-ray. I want to see how your knee feels and performs, and then be able to advise you how to alter your lifestyle, how to exercise properly, how to manage your weight, what types of simple treatments you can do to maintain an active lifestyle without needing the robot. And then if I don't succeed, then we discuss getting you in here and getting your robotic assisted knee replacement.
And so really it begins, there's a journey to this.
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and start this, and I'm curious to actually see the process and then really talk about aftercare too, because it sounds like that's really part of the whole process.
Yeah, so the reason I'm in love with CORI, sorry, my wife, I apologize in advance, but I am in love with CORI. He is kind of cute. So the reason I am is because it gives me a precision that I don't have without it.
Okay.
And we all like our smartphones, and we all like our smart technology. Well, this is the smartest technology you can bring with you to the operating room. So I already have, on this sawbones model, 2 of my trackers put in. And so during live surgery, what will happen is an incision will be made.
Okay.
The knee joint will be exposed. And then I will, through separate tiny stab incisions, put pins temporarily in the bone, below the knee and above the knee. And I'll demonstrate the above the knee pins right now.
And the purpose of those?
The purpose of those pins is to hold this array. And here's an example of the array that is not yet fashioned to the patient. This communicates with the robot, and the information that I give the robot with a special probe will then create an exact 3-dimensional replica that I can perform the surgery on virtually before I actually execute the surgery on the live patient.
And what was interesting when we chatted a little bit before was in the old days, does your knee turn in? Does it turn out? You said anatomically, everyone's knee is created differently.
That is absolutely the truth. In fact, every knee surgery I perform is different and unique for that individual patient. So conventional instruments that have historically been used to perform knee replacement surgery are one size fits all. This is custom.
Got it.
Every operation is custom. It's customized to the individual patient's anatomy and their deformity and their soft tissue balance and their uniqueness. And so I perform custom surgery on each and every single knee I do.
Wow.
So let me put the pins in and we'll get started. So this is to show you how these go in through separate stab incisions. They will...
Look at this. Wow.
Okay. And we use our array as a guide.
And what is that? Just sort of a...
This holds the trackers.
Got it? I am not your PA, but I am...
No, my PA is here witnessing, but...
Moral support.
All right, good.
Okay.
So now we attach our array.
And that is to get a position? Is that
This is so the robot will recognize exactly where the patient is in space. And
Got
you
it.
will see.
Okay.
So now we have everything assembled. And if you look at our
Yes.
computer, our Corey robot, you can see the blue square and
Yep.
the gray triangle. Actually, as I manipulate the leg,
Oh, I see.
you can see
I can see.
how those things move. So that robot is now recognizing where this leg is in space. Okay?
Okay.
So now I'm going to give it some key data points.
Okay.
All
Oh, look
right.
at this. Okay, wow.
Yeah, I did finger tight. We're good, I think.
There we go. Good.
All right, so I'm going to give it some key data points.
And what
As-
does that mean, key data
So
points?
these points that I'm giving the robot now are points to ensure that none of these positioners move during
Got
the
it.
course of the
Okay,
case.
that makes sense.
To make sure that it stays precisely aligned.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
Okay, now we're giving it the knee center.
And I imagine when you're working on a human being, like you said, everything is different. Every knee is different.
Absolutely true. Okay, we just
Wow.
identified the hip center.
Okay.
Now we're going to give it some data points. This is full extension or the neutral position.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take this knee through a range of motion.
Oh, look at this.
So we're feeding the information to the robot
Got it.
so it can create an exact three-dimensional replica of this
that knee.
patient's unique knee.
Wow.
So now we're going to do our three-dimensional mapping. So one of the advantages of this surgical system compared to other robotic technology systems is you do not need to have extra imaging performed, such as a CT scan or an MRI. The reason is I'm going to generate one right now.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to use my probe, and I am going to actually perform a map of this knee and build a three-dimensional model of this patient's knee.
Amazing. While you're building, how big is your surgical team during this kind of operation?
I have 2 assistants and a physician assistant all helping me during the operation.
You're a pretty well-oiled machine.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
good.
actually have done a lot of these now. I've been doing this for 3 years and have probably done now upwards of about 400, maybe 450 of the robot knees specifically.
I just think it's so exciting that we
right.
here on Hilton Head have this with you.
Yes, we're going to get the back of the knee now.
Okay.
So now this patient would be asleep under anesthesia,
Okay.
not awake,
Thank goodness.
with a nerve block to assist with post-op pain, and would also have a special cocktail injected at the conclusion of the operation, I inject the soft tissues with a special pain cocktail to minimize postoperative pain, which is part of what kind of accelerates the recovery and minimizes postoperative pain.
You know, before we do anything else, this is a natural segue, I think, for us to take a quick break if we may.
Sure.
Please don't leave us. Come back. We have the other half of the surgery.
Perfect.
Stay with us. We'll be back here on Healthy Living.